Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baruch. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS who have taught us this word and teach us this word today. And I want to give a salutation unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Yatazakbar with the GMS Nebraska camp. And in this lesson, what I want to get into is how Esau wants us to be in a submissive mindset in this kingdom. Esau doesn't want us to come back to the knowledge of who we are, because with that there comes a realization of the superiority that us, the nation of Israel, hold, which today we are called, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We have these proverbs and bywords placed upon us, these identifications that keep us in a low state, that doesn't let us know our true history, or doesn't allow us to walk in a ruling class mentality. And so what it does is that it keeps us submissive. It keeps us at the bar that Esau has set for us. When we carry ourselves as black people, once Black History Month comes around and Esau puts in our face these so-called heroes for us to look up to, that's our ceiling. MLK is our ceiling. Somebody that wants us to be equal with Esau, not above Esau. And this is why the scriptures say in Psalms 83 verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Because there's power that comes with claiming to be the children of the Most High. And this is why Esau has walked into that stead. You have the Amalekites that's over there in the land of Israel today, and they, as imposters, have set themselves up as being the children of the Most High. And the reason why they did that is because they understand that there's power that comes with that. They understand that they can say, the Most High promised us this land, and then they can do all sorts of different actions and not be condemned for it because it was promised by the Most High. They can own all these different things and have all this power, and nobody will point the finger or say anything because they are the children of the Most High, so-called. But the truth is coming out about them, but that's a different lesson for a different time. The point that I'm making is that there's power that comes with being an Israelite. And this is why Esau does not want us in that mindset of being an Israelite. He wants us to be black and proud. He wants us to, be proud of our Latino heritage, but not our Israelite heritage. He wants us to be proud of being a Native American and recognize that this land originally belonged to the natives. But once this land originally belonged to the natives, but now what? Esau is still ruling over it. We get into this mindset of Esau ain't greater than us. We're equal with Esau, but then what? Now we're just in this peaceful, white people ain't greater than me, I'm not greater than white people mindset, that weak mindset that Esau wants us to walk in. When at the end of the day, all these institutions that set up all this society that Esau has set up is made for Esau to be on top and Jake to be at the bottom. And we can lie to ourselves and act like, everything's equal and everything's okay, everything's fair now, but Esau still owns everything. Jake is still in slavery. And the thing is, because of all this brainwashing that Esau has pushed, Jake is becoming cool with that. Jake is cool with that. They have been cool with that for years. This goes back to slavery. Jake has been broken and put in this slave-like mindset. Let's go to Jeremiah 2:14, which says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? And the thing is, it makes sense that Esau would buck up against this gospel and that he wouldn't want to hear it, that he would, fight against it once he hears us teach that Israel is going to be placed back on top and that we are the Israelites, that Esau is going to be at the bottom. It makes sense that Esau would buck up against that. But you have Israelites that once they hear that message, they buck up against it because they're stuck in that, why we got to be on top? Why we got to have superiority over everybody? Why can't we be equal? Why can't we, be peaceable with everybody and everybody rule together? No. What's wrong with us being in a nationalist mindset? And the scriptures back up us being those superior people. But our people want to continue to be slaves. They would love it so if we continue to abide in this place and dwelt amongst these people and continue to work these jobs and keep Esau's society going. No, in the time to come, these heathen are going to keep our society running. And that's how it's going to be perpetually. But we've been broken to a point of being brainwashed to believe that that's wrong to hope for. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, which says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. The Lord Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So there is a nation of people on this earth today that is special unto the Most High Yahweh, that is above all other nations. So let's get this whole everybody's equal, everybody's on the same playing field. Let's get that out the window right now. There is a people that are the number one people on this earth, and it's not Esau, it's not the Amalekites over there. The scriptures say that the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. The spirit of prophecy backs up that we are the true children of Israel. We match the curses. We match the description of the Israelites in the scriptures, what we would go through. And as the scriptures say, in Hosea 1 and verse 10, it says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, as it has been said in this world today, especially here in America, that you black, you Native American, you Mexican, you Haitian, you Dominican, all these different things. You not an Israelite. You don't go back to that tribe. You can't speak Hebrew no more. You got to speak this. This is your name now. In the place where it was said to them, Ye are not my people, there should be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power." Why? Because the Holy Spirit has sprung up in this time to reveal our true heritage, who we truly go back to. And you have our people that have a problem with that. And that's why the scriptures say, and this precept is very important, Micah 2 and 10, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction." This departure that is speaking about in this verse is a mental departure. We have to depart from all the different ways that we have been taught, this society that we have been resting in for all these years before we receive this truth. We have to wake up and come out of this place, because this place is polluted. It's polluted in wickedness. It is all type of ways that are against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that goes on here. But we have to arise and depart out of this place, because this place puts a damper on our true heritage. It puts a damper on our identity. And when we depart out of the mindset that Esau has placed upon us, we can walk in that pride of being an Israelite. We can seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai with the knowledge of who we truly are, and look forward toward our kingdom. Know that these heathen, that we ain't on the same level as these heathen. We take offense at the idea of being equal with Esau. We ain't equal to Esau. What does it say? Let's go to this real fast. Daniel chapter 4 verse 17, which says, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men." That's who's been placed in rulership over this earth today. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked is Esau. According to Malachi 1 and 4, it says that Esau is a border of wickedness. So this world has been given unto the basis of men. And Esau puts us in a mindset to where we supposed to think that the highest we supposed to reach is being equal with him. We ain't equal to no base man. We ain't equal to this vile, wicked, nasty. Nah, man, we are above all these people. The Lord himself had a nationalist mindset. He was for his own people. Let's go to Matthew chapter 15 verse 24, which says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Let's also grab this Matthew 10 and 5, which says, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All the scriptures, when you read them in context, the Lord came and was always had the mission to save the nation of Israel. When it talks about the Gentiles and well, it says it here, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Those lost sheep was the Israelites that were amongst the different nations, following the different cultures, following their different ways of life, and it was always about the nation of Israel. And Esau even tries to change biblical doctrine, because he brings in supersessionism, replacement theology, that as the Most High chose the nation of Israel, once the Lord came, once we get into the New Testament, that's not the case no more. It's not just about the nation of Israel no more. It's about all the nations of the earth. It's about the church. All you have to do is believe that Jesus Christ is Lord. All you have to do is follow Jesus Christ, and now you are one of the children of the Most High. That opens up the door for all these different heathen. But no, it's always been about the nation of Israel. And in this time, it's being revealed who the nation of Israel is. And all these different stops that Esau has done to try to hide who we are, the elect ain't going for it. We being put back in that ruling class mentality. We being put back in that mentality of not accepting all these different things that Esau has pushed upon us. This truth has allowed us that the Holy Spirit that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has allowed to spring up in this time is not accepting all these lies that's been pushed upon us. The 2/3 may continue to go for that, may continue to be in that Stockholm Syndrome mindset, but not the elect. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. This is a end time prophecy. This is when our kingdom is established, that all these different nations ain't gonna hold a candle to the nation of Israel. Our government is going to be the #1 rulership upon the earth, and we're going to have no rival. And all these different nations are going to flow onto us and learn of our ways and be in submission toward us. No more are we going to be in a mindset of lowliness. No more are we going to be servants. We're going to be on top. We're going to bind the different kings of these different nations in chains. Let's go to let's get that Psalms 149 in verse 6. It says, let's go to verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. The saints are the Israelites, according to Psalms 148 and 14. It says, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Esau doesn't want us in the knowledge of knowing that this is what we about to do. He wants us to continue to just be cool with being a friend, kicking it with them, working at the same jobs with them. He wants us to continue to just be black people. Like, come on, bro. that black shit, like that's so low vibrational. He wants us to continue to take pride in black culture and Mexican culture and all these different things. No, man. This is what is awaiting us. Let's go to Isaiah 60 verse 10, which says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. So all these different nations, they gonna answer to us. They gonna build up our walls, you know. And so, you know, we have to walk in this nationalist mindset, in this, Israelites is on top mindset. You know, it says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. You know, they going to bring us the best of the things they have to offer in the kingdom. You know, they going to, and this is just showing, you know, I'm just bringing out these precepts to show. Well, let's read verse 12, and then I'll make the point. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, and yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So I'm just grabbing these precepts to show, like, these nations are going to be in subjection unto us. The mindset we in today of, you know, I got to get a job, and, you know, I got to pay these bills and do these different things, and, you know, everything that basically goes back to feeding Esau's rulership, keeping his kingdom going, just being another puzzle piece in society, looking forward to a 401k, looking forward to all these different things. That won't be no more. These heathen are going to be in the mindset of keeping our society running, answering to us, serving us, being underneath us. And the thing is, in the kingdom, the scriptures say what in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous, let's get that. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. When the Israelites come into power, these heathen are going to be pleased to serve us. Not Esau, because he's going to get the worst of the worst of captivity. But eventually, these different heathen nations all across the earth, they're going to be pleased to serve us. They're going to be in a mindset of Israelite supremacy. They're going to realize that we are the best of the best. All these different women of the different nations, they gonna want an Israelite man to be a concubine unto. There's gonna be it ain't gonna be no question who's on top. Let's go to Isaiah 61:11. This will be the last precept. Or is it 61:5? Salakia. It says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the son of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. It says that we shall boast ourselves in this glory. And it's not going to be wicked. It's going to be on point. Because as we went back to Deuteronomy, let's go back to Deuteronomy 7:6 one more time. It says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. This is a fact. This is the Most High saying that we are a holy people unto him. We are a special people. It says, the Lord Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Is it wrong to take pride in that? Is it wrong to boast in that? No. The Lord wants us to boast in that. The Lord wants us to walk in that stead. He wants us to come back to the knowledge of who we are, so that we can walk uprightly, so that we can walk in a way that is pleasing unto him, so that he can place us back in our glory. And then we can boast in being an Israelite, that none of these heathen hold a candle to us, So I just want to put this lesson out there. I just, it was just on my spirit how you have Israelites that just are cool with being in the position that they're under. They're cool with, with the extent being just, having so-called freedom in the society, having so-called rights, being so-called equal. When in truth, Esau still looks down upon us. We're still nothing in Esau's eyes, and we still servants, So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Rachar Kodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS, and a salutation unto the elect. Shalom.